All right, everybody. Welcome to your second monthly fight night for the ULC Ultimate Lock Pickers Championship. We had a good turnout last month. We've got a few more competitors this month. Hoping that we will continue to see growth and get everything set up. Yep, second audio going there. So say hi, everybody in the chat. We've got G Keys already here. Cedar, Johnny, last month's winner, welcome. Let's see who else we got here. Phantasm's in the house. Nightmare, what's up, buddy? Rune Smith, Roy's, nice. All right, guys. So a little bit of a recap. Everything we got going on. Thank you to Labs and to Cheese Grits and NyQuil. The three of us, Labs, kind of came up with the idea. As a reminder to everybody, we helped him get it going, and then just kind of fell on me to be the face of it, I guess. So anyway, Labs hasn't been doing well. He's gotten down with some kind of cold, got something going on. So let's all wish the little weenie healing vibes and hope he feels better so that he can be with us next time. So Green Tools just jumped in. What's up? Flavortown. All right, guys. Gonna go over the sponsor game real quick. I'm throwing in some locks. So this is the lock that we did up for this month's winner. So again, we did these for every month. So they've got the ULC logo on one side. That will show with my camera. You've got your golden ticket for this month's winner for the championship. The backside is ready to be engraved. So whoever wins tonight, you get your choice of I can put your YouTube logo on it. I can do a season 1 Fight Night winner logo on it. Make up whatever you want, and I'll laser engrave it on there for you. But your monthly winners, so whoever wins tonight, you're also going to be getting Phantasm is one of our sponsors. He's giving out, I think it's the Spectre case, the smaller case every month. Sus Picks is doing some cool 3D stuff. Greyhound's giving you a discount. And then we had an anonymous donor send in some, or he's sending out Jimmy Long's trays for the first couple of nights. We'll see if that continues. And then, Phantasm stickers and poker chips and little goodies. And then the championship at the end of the year, Green Tools NYC is doing one of his custom Medico cutaways. But if you haven't been watching his channel, he's starting to do where he does letters in them. So I don't know what kind of magic sauce he's using to make that happen. But he did one up. I saw the video. It says ULC, but you can still see it. So pretty freaking slick. But that's going to be for the championship. Whoever wins at the end of the year. Phantasm is doing one of his bigger cases for that one. Sus Picks, I think, is doing stuff. And Smith has made us a pick. Lord Kodiak's making up one of those cool poker chips. If you haven't been watching his channel, he's got a real high-end laser that friggin' actually ablates metal, and it's like turning chunks of brass into 3D challenge coins. So very cool stuff. So let me go through the dots here. Sarah's in the house. What's up? Brian Break Shit. Spicy Nug. All right, y'all. So this month's competitors, we've got Eagle, Grouchy, Sus, Rabbi, Lockpicking Realtor, Royce Picks, Dots Locks, Guy Fieri, Official. I apologize if I mispronounced that. Nola and Elroy. So we did get some input after the last one. Some people have recommended possibly doing a head-to-head. That way, it's a little more, you can see better on the screen, just, 2 people in each round, and then maybe you get knocked out if you can't beat your component or your opponent. But if we don't have even numbers, I'm not sure how we're going to make that work. It's not something I'm opposed to, but I want to put it to y'all. This is for you guys. This is why Labs, thought this up, was just a way for us to get together as a community, hang out. We're going to do the same thing that we did last month. Once the competition's over, I'm going to keep the stream up. We will share the link in the chat, and grab drinks, grab your cigars, grab your locks, grab your picks, and we're just going to hang out and have a good time and talk and BS and pick locks and all the good things. So anyway, we're going to keep this one based on the rules that we initially established for season 1. We may stick with this for season 1. Give us time to figure out season 2. But if y'all want to do something else, if you guys think that's a cool idea, we can change it up for next month's competition. So we might be doing some polls in the Discord channel. So if you're not on the Discord channel, please go there, check that out. Just saw Sarah's in the house, she called out Swamp. Welcome, Swamp. All right, so let me go ahead and get this thing going. So we have 10 competitors, and I think I can fit 5 on at a time. So I'm going to get Eagle, Grouchy, Sus, Rabbi, and Lockpicking Realtor. Please use the link in the announcements in Discord to go ahead and join me here on Restream, and we will get round 1, heat 1 going. And this is going to be your, let me go back here. How do I change this stuff? Your Master Lock 140. So please get those ready. All right, Lockpicking Realtor has joined us. Howdy, sir. Lockpicking Realtor, can you hear me, bud?
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now.
How's my camera set up?
That's fine. As long as I can see your hands in the lock, that's good to go. Yeah, that'll be fine. Sus is here. Eagle, Sus. I'm waiting on. What's up? What's up? So we're waiting on Lenny and Rabbi. And I know Rabbi's on. He was lurking around earlier. There's Grouchy. There's Grouchy. I'm going to share my screen, replace me with the countdown timer.
Yeah, that's fine, baby. All right, guys. Sorry, technical difficulties. I'm trying to figure out how to make it where you can hear me and see that countdown timer at the same time. So if everybody wants to show me a functioning lock, go ahead and stick your key in and unlock it. And oh, we just lost somebody. and then lock it back up. Grouchy, you're good. Eagle, you're good. Sus, good. Lockpicking Realtor. Where'd Rabbi go? Up here. All right, we're just waiting on Rabbi. Sorry, y'all. All right, so let's see if he's in the chat here. There we go. There's Rabbi. Maybe having connection issues. Rabbi, welcome back, bud. You there, Rabbi? Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us. We can't see, hear anything from you. All right, guys, we're going to give Rabbi another minute to figure this out. If he keeps having technical difficulties, I'll maybe bump him to round 2, and I'll ask somebody in, or not round 2, but heat 2. Yeah, and he's gone again. So I might have somebody else step up, or we'll figure this out. So definitely trying to make this work. I think we've got to, if I remember, y'all know Dots is across the pond, right? I know Rabbi's in Israel.
No.
Rabbi, you there, bud? See if it'll look. All right, there we go. All right, Rabbi, we can see you now. And he's gone. Dang, technical difficulties. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and Rabbi, see if you can fix your technical stuff, see what's going on your end. I'm going to go ahead and ask somebody to step up, and we will get you into heat 2. So I'm just going to swap spots. So next would be Roy. You want to try and jump in with us, please? Roy's picks. We'll put you into heat 1. Otherwise, how's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Doing good. Can you hear me?
Good. Yeah. Yep. I think I can
Trying to
hear
rotate
everybody.
my camera, but it's not cooperating.
So it's only a minute for the master lock.
Yes. Yep. Part of the reason we decided to go with that is like if we were doing a live competition where we got sponsored locks, they're all brand new and nobody's had a chance to mess with them, we would give you more time. But you have these locks in your possession. You can sit there and pick them, 6 hours a day and become proficient with them. So,
It's fine.
but yeah, it'll be 60 seconds on the master lock. I believe the Avis is next. You get a minute and a half on that one. And then when we get to the master 410, the lotto lock is it's just fastest time is what we go for on that. It's a heads up competition. So like I said, kind of in the intro, we are talking about possibly just doing a heads up. Pre-each round is just seat 1 and seat 2 face off, single elimination or out. But if we have an uneven number, I'm not sure how, who gets a buy to the next round for free. I'm not sure how we make that work. Maybe just a random lottery or a random drawing. There's Roy. All right, Rabbi, if that's you trying to join, I see that somebody else is trying to join. We're going to get you into Heat 2 so we can get this thing going. Roy, if you want to go ahead and show me a functioning lock, please. Perfect. Thank you very much. All right, guys. So as a reminder, what we're going to do is go ahead and have your tools and your everything on the table. You can see them. Your instructions will be pickers ready, stand by, pick. On the P of pick, you can start going. If you've got the live stream up, I do have your countdown for what your time limit is on the screen. But if you've got the audio up, make sure you're listening to the restream. There is a decent lag between restream and the YouTube video. So if everybody wants to give me a thumbs up, if everybody's ready. All right, thumbs up all around. All right, pickers ready. Stand by. Pick. I see open sus.
Well, that was fast.
Eagle open. Roy open. I see lock picking realtor open. Grouchy, 10 seconds. And time. All right, better luck next round, Grouchy. Sorry, bud. All right, I got Eagle, Sus, lock picking realtor, and Roy. We're all moving on to round 2. All right, guys, go ahead and log out of the restream, and I will call you back up for round 2. Let's go ahead and get Dots Locks, Guy Fieri, Nola, Elroy, and Rabbi back in here. So for what it's worth, I didn't talk about it this time, but it's in the rules. We went over it last time. This is all single pin picking, so no raking, no zipping. But I didn't see anybody zipping anything, so no worries. But I should have touched on that. My apologies. All right, lock picking realtor, it'll only let so many people come in. So I will call you when it's time for you to rejoin. Rabbi, there's Guy. There you go, Guy.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there we got you, Rabbi.
We're having technical difficulties on my end.
No, can you hear me?
It's all good. Yep. Yep, I think that was Guy I just heard.
No, that was me. Can you hear me?
Oh, was that Nola?
Yeah, it's not showing anything really on my side, so I'm checking the mic.
How do I flip my screen?
Excuse me.
I don't know.
Das, if you back out when you come back in, before you hit join as guest, click the little camera icon and select one of your back-facing cameras.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, going back out.
Yeah, you're gonna have to back all the way out, I think. I don't think it gives you the option once you're in. Oh, yeah.
All right, Rabbi, I want to go ahead and show me a working lock. I see working. Thank you. Guy, you want to show me a working 140? Thank you. Nola. I see working. Elroy. Working. And Dot. Gonna remove
Mine,
Dot's
yeah.
other. Oh shoot! All right, yeah. You want to go ahead and turn the key, Dot, so I can see it? Perfect. Thank you. All right. Let me move these around so the clock's on the bottom. All right, guys. Just like the last round, it's going to be pickers ready, stand by, pick on the pick. Your 60 seconds will start. No ricking, no zipping. Does anybody have any questions?
Nope.
All right, everybody give me a thumbs up if you can hear me and you're ready. I see thumbs up all around. Pickers ready. Stand by. Pick. I see Nola. I see Guy.
Oh, no.
I see Rabbi. I see Dot. And I see Elroy. Well done, everybody. All right. So last time we just rolled right into number 2, but I'm going to leave it up to y'all. If everybody that's on screen right now feels comfortable moving on to the next one, we will do that. So we don't have to do all the shuffling. However, if you want to break, if your nerves are kind of, you want to take a breather, grab yourself a drink of water, I will bring round 1 back in. If everybody wants to move forward, give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up all around. All right, we're just rolling right into 2. So this will be your Avis. All right. Nope. I don't want to adjust the time. I want full screen. All right, this is your Avis 5540. Go ahead and unlock them for me. Show me that they're working. I see unlocked. Go ahead and lock them back up. You will have 90 seconds on this one. If you're over 40 years old, I'm going to give you a minute and a half just to be nice.
Yeah. Makes you feel better. I'll be 49 tomorrow.
Oh, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Ooh,
Very nice. All right. Same rules last time. Everybody ready? Give me a thumbs up. All right. Thumbs up all around. Pickers ready. Stand by. Pick. Nice, Dot. Got Nola.
This one is a booger.
oh, nuts.
Thank God.
Guy.
Ooh. Nah.
And time. All right. Elroy
we're
and
good.
Rabbi
Well-
knocked out. Appreciate you playing, guys.
It was fun.
Rabbi, we'll make sure we coordinate. Next month, we might move it around a little bit to try and accommodate some different parts of the world, but we'll definitely do at least a couple that work for you over there in Israel. Thanks for playing with us, brother.
No worries. Bye.
Hey,
See ya. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 moving forward. So let me go ahead and get or no, sorry, that was round 2. So we had Nola, Guy, and Dot moving forward, or in Rabbi we're out. So I need Eagle, Sus, Lockpick and Realtor, and Roy back. Please. And it looks like family came home or somebody's here. Dogs are barking. It's not a rebel video unless dogs are barking. While we got some dead time, I will show off. I ended up getting in a new green belt. I was lucky enough to win Indigenous Lockpickers giveaway that he was doing. It's LP 100. So I ordered some lockpicks from Australia from Bare Bones. They came in, loving them, really enjoyed them, and got myself a little Lockwood 120/40, I think is what it is. But did kind of a cool laser engraving. Let's see if we can get this to show. Turned out all right. All right, we've got Eagle here. We got Sus. So waiting on Roy and Lockpicking Realtor. There's Roy. Dot, yes. For what it's worth, Dot, to make room when the other people log in, I have to kick you out of Restream to make room for them. So just watch the YouTube version, and we'll bring you back in for round 3. We're still waiting on Lockpicking Realtor.
I don't know why I can't get my camera horizontal. Tried changing settings and everything.
I don't know. All right, there he is. All right, everybody, welcome back for round 2. Show me your ABIS 5540. Go ahead and unlock it and reshackle it. All right, I see good. Everybody locking back up. All right, anybody any questions? Thumbs up all around, please. Everybody's ready. Everybody's ready. Picker's ready. Stand by. Pick. Sus, did you already get that open? Just taking my drink. I missed it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't know. That's pretty sus. I see an eagle. I'm thinking sus is a little sus. I mean, I'd cheat too to get some of those cool 3D printed stuff Sus making. I see you, Roy. In time. Sorry, bud. All right, so for those of you that got knocked out round 1 or round 2, some of you are newer, I haven't met before. Just gonna share my story. I'd been lock picking less than a month, and I went to a live event in Austin, and I got knocked out in the first round on a white belt lock, and we had 2 or 3 minutes to pick the thing. My fingers went dyslexic. So I hope you had fun. I hope you come back.
I was good, man.
And better luck next time. So how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6 people, so that's just too many to do one giant group. So I'm going to break it up 3 and 3. So Eagle, stay. Sus, stay. And Roy, stay. So yeah, basically we're just going to have you ballot for now. Lockpicker Realtor, you can watch on YouTube. And then once the competition is over, if you want to join us to talk, to BS, to drink, to pick locks for fun, we'll keep the stream going for a while, and you've got the link. But for now, we're going to have you leave the stage for the championship or the round 3 here. All right, guys, let me see if I can. Yeah, it's not going to let me do that. All right, guys, show me 410's working. Got you, Sus. Eagles already open. Roy. Okay, cool. All right, let me change up my clock here. We're going to just a stopwatch. All right, so as a reminder, we're going to go until one of y'all gets it.
Not right now.
And then I'm going to stop the clock. In order for the time to stop, you must show an open shackle, just the cylinder rotating. We're not going to stop it. So make sure you get a good clean open, show the shackle, and then heat 2 will be Dot, Guy, and Nola. And whichever one of you gets it first, that'll be the time to beat. Any questions? Thumbs up all around. I got thumbs up from Roy. Sus, Eagles good. Sus, you're good. Okay. Pickers ready. Stand by. Pick. Are you kidding me? All right, guys. That's it. Stop. Sus. 13 seconds. Smoking it. Holy crap, bud.
Woohoo!
All right. Somebody test him for steroids. All right, guys. Go ahead and step off stage. Let me get Dot, Guy, and Nola in here. Holy crap. 13 seconds. I don't remember what Johnny did. Johnny's in the comments. Johnny, what did you get last time? Hold on. Let me write this down. Sus with 13:02. Holy shit. So I don't remember what Johnny, I think he was 29 seconds. So yeah, he smoked the crap out of that. So yeah, we'll
Mic check.
Guy. And there's Dot. All right, guys, show me a functional lock, please. All right, good to go. Lock them all back up. All right, guys, the time to beat is 13.02 seconds. Is everybody ready? Give me a thumbs up. Pickers are ready. All right, pickers ready. Stand by. Pick. And stop.
Ah,
All right.
so close.
Yeah,
God.
that was going to be hard to beat. That one was.
Yeah, 13 seconds.
job,
That's
Sus.
ridiculous.
That was fast, Sus. Well done, mate.
Yeah, very well done. All right, Sus, go ahead and come back in. You guys are welcome to stay if you want. Like I said, we're going to open this up to anybody who wants to, hang out and just BS and pick locks and talk shop and whatever. But yeah, thank you all for coming. What's
Thank you
up,
for
Dot?
that. Much appreciated. I'll be back next month.
All right, and Don, if you got a time that works better for y'all, if you got some people on your side of the pond that are willing to give us some feedback on if there's a better time for y'all, let us know, and we're gonna try and do each month we're gonna kind of pick a different time to try and make it accommodating for everybody. We want everybody to be able to come and play.
Yeah, that's great, mate. Thank you. I'll as long as I'm not at work, I'll make the time regardless. But today's time was pretty good. It's like 6 o'clock over here, so it's a decent time for us over this way, I think.
Okay, yeah, I think we originally talked about doing it a little earlier. I think the last one was a little late, but yeah, we'll move them around and try and accommodate everybody. So
excellent. Right, I'm going to go back. I'm going to watch from the YouTube and get in the chat and pick some locks. But thank you very much for having me.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks for playing, Dot.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
See ya. Cheers. All right, Sus. So I think all of us want to know, what the hell did you do to that lock? You just have one pin in it? You managed to gut that unguttable lock? Jeez, man.
I have been practicing a ton with it. My fastest is 9 seconds from picking up tools, so that was pretty close.
Yeah.
Just getting in there and wiggling it around, I guess. It's just opening up. No, I would be willing to crack it though, just to show, hey guys, no funny business.
That's why we picked unguttable locks, so that there's no funny business.
Yes. No, it was a great competition. I will say, I think having been in the first heat, the nerves were much more manageable than the first time. So I really think that played a large part of being able to keep my cool and just focus on the pins and get it open.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's funny how a lot of people with YouTube channels talk about how some of their locks get camera shy. It's hard to pick things sometimes, and the competition takes it up to another level. It's a one and done type deal. If you don't get it right this time, if you fumble this one, there's no retakes. But I hope everybody has fun. And I hope everybody keeps coming out and keeps playing. I love that Labs came up with this idea. So,
oh yes, I am super appreciative of the community, of you guys putting this together. It is so fun. I'm glad to be contributing on the prizes. It's helped me with some of my 3D modeling skills, so I've been all about it. And just spending time with you guys has been great. Really appreciate being a part of this for sure.
Awesome.
Just surprised it happened that quick.
Yeah, you smoked it, man. So I've got, I already showed you, but I've got that dog tag I made for you a while back when we were talking about engraving stuff. So I'm already going to be paying shipping to get you your lock for winning this one. That's got your golden ticket in it. What do you want on the backside? Do you want your logo? Do you want the season 1, Fight Night winner logo? Do you know what you want on this?
Season 1 for sure. Yeah, you can do season 1.
The season 1? Okay.
Yeah.
So I will work on that today or tomorrow and get this out to you this next week. If you would do me a favor, go ahead and in Discord, send me your address and I will share it. We have a secret channel on the ULC that only sponsors can see, but that way everybody who's going to send you stuff that you won can go to one place and get it. If you're cool with me sharing it there, but it won't be available to the public. Only other sponsors can see it. Well, heck, you're on the
of course. No problem. And I'll be saving some shipping this month.
Cool. And then, you and I had originally talked about you buying some locks, so I'm already paying shipping on this. So if you wanted to order anything else, I'll throw it in on this one. That way you don't have to pay for shipping. Just buy the extra locks you want if you want me to laser stuff up or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. I'll send you a private message and we'll go over what you have in stock and go from there. Maybe talk about some engraving. That would be awesome.
Good. Yeah. All right, guys. So let me go
Sweet.
ahead and I'm going to copy the link here. I'm going to put this in the YouTube and I'm going to pin the message. All right. So anybody that's watching in YouTube, I just shared the link for Discord. We're opening it up to everybody. Come hang out. Come give Sus a congrats. You know, tell him he's a cheating son of a bitch. Do. But congrats, man. That was great picking. Very impressive.
Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Yeah.
I think I'll hang out and pick a little bit. I'm still working on this goal P, so might as well get a little more time in.
Yeah, eventually I want to get a gold P and a gold Z, but you know, I've got plenty of locks right now. I just need to pick the ones I've got and stop being a lock troll and collecting everything.
Oh my gosh, it is a problem. I'll tell you what. Yeah, thanks again, guys, for all the congratulations. I appreciate the support. And I'm telling you, just get out here and do it. It is fun. It is a great time. And if you do more than one, like I said, I really think what helped me was having done the first fight night last month. My nerves were just much more manageable being in the environment once before, knowing what to expect. Feeling that pressure of being on camera with no retakes, as TX Rebel mentioned. So please join in, join the fun. We've got 9 more months of this. So there's definitely plenty of opportunities, and then we'll have that fun championship in December.
Yep, we got 8 more coming up. So this year we got a late start. We didn't do it in January, and December is going to be the championship. So we've got 10 fight nights this year, and there may be more prizes coming. I mean, I've already been very impressed with how many prizes, how many people have sponsored this event. But we're trying to get more stuff for the championship. We're trying to work some more things. I think I forgot to say it. I think Cheese Grits and NyQuil is doing a ring for the championship. We're going to have T-shirts for all the championships at the end. You know, all the people that compete. It's fun, even if you just hang out and have fun and play. But if you manage to win one, there's some good prizes on the line. And there's Green Tools. We can't see him, but we can hear the ASMR machine in the background grinding away on something or polishing something.
What's up,
there
y'all?
he is. What's up, Green?
What's up, Green? How you doing?
Hiya, Mamacita. She's got her headphones on. She can't hear me. We can't hear you, Green. We lost your audio.
I say you saw the big booty Latina in the back over there.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, it just went off. Hold on. There you go. What happened? My bad. I gotta mute myself till I fix it. Okay.
No worries.
Oh, you're good.
And log out,
We're
come
good.
back
We're just
in, whatever
hanging
you
out.
need, bud. Yeah. So, and Grouchy just put in the comments, please help spread the word. We haven't maxed out on competitors yet. Ideally, I would like to have 3 heats, have 15 competitors. And like I said, we'll probably do a poll in the Discord channels at some point and see if y'all want to. Stop, Nathan!
Hey.
I didn't know you were watching, buddy.
Yeah, I'm all in the comment section.
Nice.
Haven't maxed out on competitors yet. Ideally, I would like to have 3 heats, have 15 competitors.
Somebody's listening to the YouTube and in the restream. All right, guys, for those of you who don't know him, I haven't seen him since San Antonio, but when I went down and did that first lockpicking thing where I got knocked out in the white belt area, this was a guy that actually came by. He was in my video. I'd been picking less than a month. He showed me tricks for raking and was like, I mean, he took the time to make me feel welcome, share his knowledge, and he truly wanted everybody to do their best. I mean, obviously he came to win too,
but he was happy to share and just, was very indicative of the environment and the camaraderie I have felt in this community. So Nathan, it's good to see you again, bud. It's been a bit. I'm finally picking purples and medicos and shit, and feel like I'm, not such a noob anymore. But
I remember him.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm back. I'm just wanted to stop in and say hi. I wanted to congratulate you on putting together something really cool. I didn't get to make it for my submission this time around. I've been kind of busy, and I'm still busy. I'm actually taking some time from doing some homework, still working on that degree. And wanted to come in and just say hi and congratulate everybody for one, getting any of the locks open while, in the middle of the competition. And same for Sus Picks. Absolutely fantastic work. That was tremendously insane getting the 410 open. Not on my best day, not yet. That is still something I'm working on. My goodness. But yeah, I'm at home writing some essays and messing with some other fun tools. For any of you who work in the cybersecurity space, you probably know what these tools might be. But yeah, they're I'm messing around with SDRs, hacking devices, messing around with Wi-Fi.
Fun.
Awesome, man. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no,
Sus,
you did.
congrats for eating that up, man.
Thanks,
Crow
Johnny.
Llama's in the comments. Welcome, Crow Llama. Dean P. Sorry, I'm catching up with everything.
There it goes.
Okay, I opened the goal P, but it's missing pins, so it's not that impressive. I'm gonna go ahead and add a couple more back in.
Okay, so it's progressive pinned. You're not missing them.
No, just progressive pinned.
Okay, because when I open the lock, I end up missing pins a lot.
Hey, Sus, I got myself one of the Abus locks that was used here in the competition, and I know how I typically go about picking them, but I kind of wanted to see what your methodology was for getting started and kind of like figuring it out to get better at it, because I assume we are all putting in the time and practice right before the competition. So like, what's going through your head as far as the methodology? Say you pick up a random one, and what do you do with it?
So first thing I would do is I honestly just stick to the basics with a lot of my lock picking. I try to find the binders. I know on those Abuses, in my experience, I have a few of the 5540s. I tend to start at the back of the cylinder and work my way forward towards the front of the lock. And what I like to do is get my first couple big spools, get that false set, then feel around to see what is giving me some counter rotation. And then from there, it's just balancing that tension and popping those pins that are giving some counter rotation, hopefully to get the open. On this particular lock, the bidding is, it's a max lift on cylinder 1, and then it's kind of a mountain on the last 3 cylinders. So when I'm going in there, I go to the back first. I try to lock that last pin, move forward to the next pin where it's a little bit less lift, and then move to the second pin where I can do about half lift and then finish. It puts me into a really nice deep false set when I pick that way, and then I'm just popping that first pin all the way up, and then it just opens. So that is why I chose that one. I'm the most comfortable with it. It's actually the last Abus that I've purchased, but I just got it down a little bit better than my other Abuses.
Got it. No, that sounds pretty similar to about the approach that I tend to take with mine. I like to start with no tension, and I go all the way in the back with my pick, and then I put on tension, and as I'm going back, I just wait for the lock to tell me which one's binding. That's kind of how I do it. People call it float picking, a number of things, but yeah, no, same methodology. As far as getting good at speed goes, what's your recommendation as far as like getting faster and putting in the reps?
I think it just comes down to exactly what you said, putting in the reps, that practice. I chose one single pick I could open all 3 locks with, and I would have chosen a regular, probably short or medium hook to do this challenge if there was not the 410, but that 410 keyway is so tight, and I don't like picking it at an angle off of the warding, leveraging off of the warding. I really just wanted to for speed purposes, I wanted to be able to get all the way to the back of the cylinder. So I ended up using the McTickler, and I was working really hard to make sure I was not raking with the McTickler.
Yeah.
But I do think that it helped having just that very light angle at the very front of the hook. Just going in, pressing things up, especially in the 410 is where I saw it help a lot. Now, some of that's going to come down to bidding. I have 3 410s. This was actually the last one I was to open. And I struggled on it for a long time till I figured out the binding order and where the pins needed to be. And I actually thought I was going to use one of my other 410s for the competition. But as I was practicing once it was announced, I found out that I could be the most consistent with this 410. So really just, I would say reps, consistency. I've been picking these locks every day almost for the last month, at least 15 minutes a night. I'll just do it on the couch with a pillow on my lap, and I'll just practice picking up the tools. I think that comes down to it. So I'll show you, I put a couple of the tools away, but I'll give you an idea of like what level of thinking went into that speed. Let me grab a different bar.
Yeah, I always staged my tension tools. And
yep. So as a left-hander, no dang left-handers, I like to start like this. So I've been picking Bible down mainly for speed, and this competition actually led me to Bible down. So I picking up the lock. It's already ready to go. Bible down. I'm grabbing my tool and my tensioner in the same go. Tensioner set up to go sit in here. Tool, usually if I had it flipped the right direction, is already ready to go. Turn it around and I'm picking. So that really can save a couple seconds right off the bat, just having everything right where you need it, where you can just pick up, move straight into picking, bam.
Fast, man. Fast as hell.
But I think it has some, we've had these locks. I really think in a blind competition, it would be a totally different scenario. But I think that would fall even more into what you were talking about earlier. Just following what we were talking about is following those basics. Just either starting at the front or the back, changing your tension as you go, responding to what the lock's telling you, feeling for your pin states. Obviously, I don't think we would see times quite like we're seeing in this competition, but I think it would just come down to the same basics.
So I got a question actually for anyone here who was at the Austin meetup. What's your opinion, or anyone who's worked at who's done a competition, not at their house and at their house, and Sus, if you weren't at like any in-person competition, I want to hear the opinions on difference in picking at home at your station versus picking anywhere else on the fly. Because Texas Rebel knows that I came kitted out. I had gauntlets on. I had all my tensioners ready to go. I was prepared for any contingency that maybe I just didn't like the tensioner that I was using on that lock and I had to switch it up, and I was ready to go. So Texas Rebel, you tell me, do you think it's a whole different ball game from doing it in person versus being able to be at your station at home?
I think it can. I think a lot of things in life are mindset. Henry Ford said it best: if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So if you think it affects you, it's going to affect you. That stuff usually doesn't, my background, I've been in some high stress situations. I'm usually not affected by that stuff, but I will say, I sat down in that competition and, I was picking my white belts even before you came and showed me how to rake them. I was getting them in, 10, 15 seconds. I wasn't crazy fast, but I already had my blue whale by that point. And when I was on the clock in the competition, all right, ready, set, go. I felt pin 1, but pin 2, 3, and 4, I couldn't find them. So the adrenaline started pumping. The dexterity left my hands. Gross motor skills was all I had. So I definitely think it can play, but how much of a difference it plays depends a lot on just your personality. Are you the type of person that is kind of cool under pressure or not? But any live competition, whether it's online or not, is going to get that adrenaline going. You can't do a second take and shoot that good video later. Sus was saying how much he practiced. I started practicing for Grouchy Lenny. He's got that heist competition coming up, and I, for some reason, allowed my team to talk me into being the guy that does the harder locks. I'm like, crap, how am I going to do this? So I started practicing. I've got to pick an orange belt and a green belt. So I pulled out this. It's one of my favorite locks. It's a Pack Lock 100G. I'm near Fort Hood, so I'm able to, find these. I've got 2 left, I think. They're selling pretty quick. But anyway, I started practicing with this, and I got down to where I was like sub 10 seconds on this. And I looked online, and I'm like, oh, that actually beats the next closest person. So I've actually done 3 speed picks. So I got this one at like 10 seconds, and then I've got a couple of white belts in at 1 second. But yeah, if you know what you're going to be picking, and especially locks like this where we're doing it at home, because in person, like I loved what Sandman did, and I think that would have made the competition much more challenging, and we could have changed the rules.
Mm-hmm.
But how do we control who gets the lock? When do they get it? Making sure everybody's on the up and up. Not that I think people would cheat, but there's always that one. So all the locks we picked were locks that are non-guttable. So we're trying to build the community. Season 2, if this becomes popular, my initial idea was I wanted to have like 3 yellow belts, 3 orange belts, 3 green belts in each category. That way you never knew which one you'd be picking. But when we built the list of all the locks, it's like we can't ask 50 people, if we want a bunch of competitors, hey, go out and spend $200 on locks.
Yeah. No, that's
so.
It's pretty.
This is kind of a compromise. Yeah. I kind of went off on a rabbit hole. Sorry.
No,
to answer your question, yes, I think it can affect your mindset when you're at home on your picking station, your comfort, my chair, my air conditioning, versus online competition or really in an in-person one.
Yeah. Anyone else got any input on that?
I personally feel like it can definitely make a difference. I know it would make a difference for me picking in person. I've experienced having people watch me during kind of pressure, tense situations, and I am someone who experiences more anxiety in those situations. So for me, picking from the comfort of my own desk, I mean, I had my daughter was up touching my arms during the second lock, and like 1 second before the 410 when we got the go ahead and pick, she was right next to me talking to me. So I mean, there's just that level of comfort being in your own space. That definitely helped keep the nerves down. So in person, I would expect to see longer times from myself if I was picking the same locks, just due to the nature of that. And so that's my little addition to the topic. Is I definitely think it would add a little bit of pressure or anxiety.
Yeah,
I think the noise factor would.
Yeah, it's like I do know we had 30 something people watching us for most of the competition, but I look forward and I see out my living room window. I see my daughter drawing at her table. It's not looking at 30 people who are looking directly back at me, which I know would change my experience picking.
Well, I'll add my thoughts in some case. It absolutely does change based on where you go. But as we've already discussed, putting in reps is kind of what helps me with getting comfortable with picking in a crowd. And what I mean by that is that you can see in my little name tag here, I have Alamo City Lock Sport. It's a lock sport group I run here in San Antonio. And as you can imagine, we have people coming out for the first time, never picked a lock in their life. And not only do I have to open this lock on time to give the new person a description of what's going on as I'm opening it, but I have to make sure that I'm like saying it out loud. And yes, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes the methodology doesn't work. Sometimes the lock doesn't perform. So I've suffered through plenty of embarrassments when it comes to like trying to do live demos of stuff. But that's where getting used to people watching your work very closely. And, in my head, I have a script that I'm following. So it's like, okay, cool. And then we're going to do this. Did you hear that? Okay. So talking through it with someone else has actually kind of put in some of the reps of a lot of the stress factors that you can get with competition. The only thing that isn't added is the time factor and the fact that you're racing against someone else. But if you can account for putting yourself through the paces of timing yourself, then the only other thing you have to deal with is making sure you're faster than the other guy. And unfortunately for me at Sandman's competition, I just hit the worst luck with my skill on that pack lock, but still top 4, pretty fun stuff.
Well, you were smoking it up to that point.
Yeah.
Is that the 98 Pro?
Everything before that, man, you tore through it all. Everything was sub 6 seconds. You just destroyed it, and then that pack lock ate your lunch. Well, I say that for everyone watching at home. When I say it ate his lunch, he still got a pack lock that he'd never touched in his life in like 4 or 5 minutes. But compared to Sandman's 36 or whatever the heck it was, 36 seconds.
Quick, and it was a 98 Pro to answer your question. Yeah. It was fun. And I was really disappointed because I had seen that keyway before. It's not the first time I fought against that keyway for that kind of pack lock as well. I had seen it at the Texas Locksmith Association competition that happens in Pflugerville, Texas, every year, or it has been for the past few years. And I've been a non-locksmith guest that's been invited to come back recurringly because we just kind of put in that time and skill. And I had known and practiced, and I forgot to tension off the right spot that gave me the best advantage. And it's kind of stuff like that in the middle of a competition when you haven't picked that lock for a week or two, or you haven't picked that lock in a month, where you kind of forget those tiny little tips and tricks. And it's a lot easier to remember that maybe in your own space because you've been practicing it and you're kind of full of familiar stuff. But I'm not going to lie, I also like to add a bit of showmanship whenever I'm doing competitions because it's fun. It's fun for everybody, and I like to be competitive. But it's definitely big changes in variable factors, and getting out there and teaching people and be willing to be embarrassed by doing it wrong, I think is the best cure for going out and trying something and messing it up and then being willing to kick back at it. So I don't know. I personally think it's really fun to go out and compete. It's one of my favorite things to do in lock sport. And I can't, nothing like it. So which is why I was really upset I couldn't compete today. But then again, I still have that homework I got to get to, I wouldn't have had time to set up everything. But
we've got 8 more coming up, brother.
Yeah, no, I'll make one of them.
You mentioned the competitiveness and liking to compete. So I've been self-employed for the last 5 years, and I work by myself. I'm just a small scale contractor. I do a lot of construction, remodels, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I haven't been in a competitive environment in years. So this reminded me how competitive I really can be. I mean, I was 21 seconds the first heat or the first fight night and down to 13 seconds on camera. I have been putting in the work behind the scenes just because it awoke that fire in my belly to definitely start it up again. And I was ready to give it my all and make sure I got my name in the hat for December.
Yeah, for sure. It's a thrill to go out and meet a bunch of people who are not only, I don't know, something about going up to a group of people, because in my case, you ask anybody in my lock sport group, like, oh, who's the guy that you give the problem locks to? Oh, it's Nathan, it's this and that. And I do my best to make sure that people know that I still mess up. I try to keep humble on that. But when you have another person that says, well, I'm the lost, it's like a old school Japanese samurai where they're just like, I'm the best samurai in my village. I got the best sword skills around. And someone else comes along and is just like, oh yeah, you think you're good enough to beat me? And it's like, I know I'm good enough to beat you. And you either get your ass handed or you win. And there's always that fun part of, but what if I win? It's like a gamble of, whose skill is better. It's always going to be that kind of level of fun. And I've never been superb at sports, but I really kind of do well at this as far as picking locks. And I like to test my skill against other people. I go to so many meetups in so many different places. I've been to DEF CON. I've been to Texas Locksmith Association. I've been to local other cities, local lock sport groups. And it's been a blast to see how people think about lock sport. And you'd be surprised by how many people have a philosophy behind the way they pick as well. And it's just so much fun to kind of go in there and figure out like, oh, so you think about it like this. That's insane. I never would have thought about it in that case. I actually was at DEF CON this previous year in August. And for those of you who don't know, that's a hacker convention that takes place in Las Vegas. And by hackers, we're all just computer nerds who found out that someone left their permissions wrong on their Wi-Fi. And next thing you know, we're a hacker. And at that, there was a competition where I got to pick some locks. And the team that I was on, one of the guys asked me, because he's really good at lock picking. And he says, hey, is every lock, even of the same model and brand, like different a picking experience, or is it kind of the same? And I'm like, they all have personalities. They all have personalities. You're going to have one that's the exact same lock, like it's a Master Lock 3, and it'll be the worst lock you've picked that day. And then you have another one where you look at it and it opens, you know, like they all have different. Of course, we can argue that it comes down to like a manufacturing thing, but it's not going to stop me from sitting there and whispering to the lock, like, come on, buddy. You're almost there. You know, you want to open. Oh,
that is exactly what I'm doing to my 90A right now. This is normally my comfort lock, and I can't get it today. I've spent too much time on other locks lately.
Yeah, I'd say with lock sport, there is like a weird, I don't even know what percentage to put it at, but whatever percentage stack up it goes on, it's like some percentage skill, some percentage luck, and some percentage, you know, what you got going on in your head at that time. And so it's always fun to see, you know, how that racks and stacks to other people's kind of stat levels. But the only thing that matters in the end is like how fast you got it open. So it's really fun to watch people go low and slow with some. I've actually wanted to try and see about a competition that could be hosted, or a category of competition where instead of going for time, the category is just called open, where if you open it, you win a prize. And so nothing purple belt or below would be in that category. You'd have to get it just that day. Perform it. So in a sense, there is a time aspect, but like you cannot walk away from the competition without opening it.
Labs, how you doing?
That'd be interesting.
I'm on death's door.
Well, your beard's looking better. You're starting to grow it out, man. I like it.
Yeah, man, it's getting back. Trimmed it up.
Trying to look like your daddy.
Yeah, fuck you.
Well, anyway, y'all, it's been a blast hanging out with y'all. I just finished my coffee. I'm motor mouthing here, so it's a perfect time to get started on that essay. But, you know, I hope to make the next one. It's been great to get in contact with all of you. If you're on the Discord, I go by Shamel. So feel free to message there at any point. And if you want to find me anywhere else, just ask. I'm pretty well connected with a lot of different people, so they can, you know, we can all hang out, talk, discuss. But it's been great. Really love what you've done here. It's amazing. Great competition style and format. But yeah, it's been great seeing you all. And congratulations again, Sus. It's been awesome watching you pull through on this.
Thank you very much. It was nice to make your acquaintance, and have a great rest of your day.
For sure. Y'all have a good one. Bye.
Yeah, later.
So Sus,
Good to see you, Nathan. Have a good one.
is the mark, you said?
9 seconds off camera is my fastest on the 410. I had my wife timing me, and that's the quickest I could get it. I was averaging between 12 and 14, and then I opened it in 13, which is right in the middle, which I just thought was awesome.
Right,
but everything
working in there.
Yeah. So one thing I've noticed is as I'm sending my pick back, if I have it at the right angle, I can knock about 2 pins into place on my way to the back of the cylinder. And as soon as I felt that during this heat, I knew that some V was opening, and it was opening quick. And then I try to, this did not happen, which is when I got my 9 second open. is after I get that that 6th pin, if I tilt it properly as I'm pulling towards the front of the cylinder, I can actually knock another pin into place that way. And I was not able to do that this time, so I had to single pin. I had to pick those 3 pins up front instead of just 2 like I did on my really quick open. But it's fun, man. I don't know. This sparked a fire in me, and I was just I wanted to show up, and I said in the chat earlier I was bringing the heat today, and I brought the heat. I feel.
in short term,
without a
she's
doubt.
saying
Good
step your
job.
game up, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm wondering what you guys are going to do for the championship. I'm really curious to see what decisions are made in regards
Everything's
to
freezing up on my end.
what's being opened, and I think we could do some really fun stuff with. Yeah, darling, you can color with that. I think we could do some really fun stuff with maybe some sight unseen locks, or I don't know. I haven't talked to you guys off camera about what you're thinking, or if it'll be the same old, and it'll just come down to speed.
No, the championship, y'all are going to get a package that's going to have very distinctive packing material, so it can't be recreated, and you're going to open it on live, and you will not have played with these locks. They might be models you've done before, but they will be locks you haven't had a chance to practice with for the championship.
No, I think that's going to be perfect.
And that'll be part of
that's going to be perfect.
all for the championship. Is you get to keep those locks. They'll be for you.
Sweet, man. I'm so excited to see where this goes. I'll continue to contribute in any way that I can, as well as compete. Because I'm telling you guys, if you're still here in the chat, it is such a good time. It really is so much fun. And maybe some of you guys like me haven't been in a competitive environment in a while, and it's, you don't know how you're going to feel. And for me, it reignited something. It was awesome. And Nathan's talking about all these in-person meets when he was here in the chat. And now I'm curious myself, what's the closest to me here in Southern Oregon? How far do I have to drive to to do something in
That's
person?
right. You're in Oregon. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to meet up with friggin' Nathan. Sandman was saying at the last competition that he planned on doing another one, but then he retired and sold off all his stuff. So I don't know if he's going to do that. So I want to get with Nathan and maybe try and do a live meetup here in Texas, see if he'll help me organize something here.
Oh, that would be fun.
That's all I got those going.
Yeah, I'm actually coming back to Oregon sus next month, but unfortunately I'm going to be, Southern Washington, Northern Oregon. So
I gotcha. Yeah.
My mom
a little bit north of me.
At home now, so it's not a lot of times we'll come down to south of Newport, a little town called Yachats, and there's a cabin we like to stay at on the beach out there, and a trip down, inviting you to come out for a night and friggin' pick locks and drink a beer and bullshit. One of these
shoot
days.
the shit. That would be great. Oh, that would be definitely feel free to reach out.
Yeah, if I ever come back and I'm, like I said, if I'm coming to the coast and it's just a vacation trip, but this trip home is going to be staying near Portland, Vancouver area, and checking on my mom.
Gotcha. Well, that's very important to do, and I hope everything's going okay with her. I've got some health stuff going on in my family, so that's been on my mind a lot. What, darling?
Okay, what are you working on, Labs? You're putting something together.
Yeah, I'm working on the girls' room. Got them new beds and dressers and shit I'm putting together.
Gotcha.
I got to stay busy, man. I can only lay up for so long.
So DMAC says in the comments that there's not many UK meetups. DMAC, you, Dot, Sarah. I mean, I don't know how spread out y'all are, but to me, maybe I'm just your.
It's a lot of y'all.
Self-centered, egotistical American, but I live in Texas. My state's bigger than the UK. So if y'all can't manage to meet up, I take motorcycle rides one day they'll traverse your entire country.
That's a lack of perspective.
Well, that's one of the main reasons why this all came about. So a lot of meetups all around a lot of people.
Yep. No, that's true.
I think the closest tool meetup to me was like 3 hours.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I've
think
got a
I
couple in
saw
San
the same.
Antonio, or sorry, not San Antonio. I've got a couple in Austin, but the only one that's like active that seems to be doing anything is at a college campus. It's for college kids, and I'm like, I don't need to be down there. You know, somebody thinking I'm fishing co-eds.
I was actually
You
in the
know,
tool Discord, and I was talking to somebody for the meetup that's like 3 hours from me, but then they just quit responding, and nobody responded for like weeks. So I just left the server.
Yeah, I think my closest one is 5 hours away up in North Carolina near Raleigh.
okay.
You know, I'm in South Carolina.
Yeah, I actually thought about going down to Fort Hood. They've got a on post. They've got a thing called BOSS, Better Opportunities for Single Soldiers. So it's give young soldiers that are living in the barracks something to do. So they've got a pool hall and they've got little classes that they give and get them into hobbies and get them doing things that keep them out of trouble and out of drinking and going to the strip club every night and whatever. Right. And I was talking to my friends about maybe spend some money with Covert Instruments and buying some of the FNG kits with the see-through padlocks and starting to teach a class down there. And I had several officers come up to me and go, "Please don't teach the junior enlisted how to pick locks. We have enough trouble on post."
I was about to say it is for me it's all hobby. I don't have any aspirations of making lock sport a career or locksmithing a career. But there have been 3 situations in the last 2 weeks where I've gotten to help out family members get access to things that they could not access. And it's just neat. One of them was a safe. Now this really cheesy Sentry safe, but the fact that I could walk over and in 3 seconds I had that open with just a little utility wafer jiggler. It was their jaws dropped. It was just awesome to be able to help out. Her husband is a couple hours away working a union job, and he took her keys and her spares were in the safe, and the safe key was on her regular keys. So just being able to save her all that trouble of having to call out a locksmith or anything like that, it was really neat. And then a few times on job sites, I've been able to get access, and it's just there's a lot of utility in there. There really is.
Not to mention the fun.
Oh yeah, it is so satisfying. It really is such a satisfying skill. But I won't lie, this goal P, I'm ready for it to open. I'm ready for it to open with all 6. I'm tired of opening it with just 5.
Hey, I was in the same boat.
Yeah, I ended up my Primus, Schlog Primus. I worked on that for like a month and a half, and I could get the pins, but the finger pins I couldn't get past 2 or 3. I couldn't get the 4th or the 5th one in there, and I finally put it away. I was getting frustrated and pissed, and decided to take a break and move on to something else.
Yeah, I think that's going to have to happen.
Minutes.
I think that's going to have to happen. Morning,
and I wasn't quitting after I'd gotten that far.
That reminds me of my first open on my 98 Pro. I think it was oh gosh, probably 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I shouted when I got that guy open. I was so excited. I ended up waking up the kids and the wife. She comes running out thinking something's wrong, and I'm like, no, this is good stuff. This is a good yell.
Yeah, I've done that a few times. I'll finally get some church like, everything okay? I'm like, yeah, I finally got the motherfucker.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh, that's so weird.
And I have. What's frustrating is I've gotten 3 opens on it when I first was just kind of dinking around with the lock before I ever thought about trying to film for belts. And ever since I've been taking this gold piece serious, I've not been able to get an open with 6 pins. I don't know what changed, but oh, man, it's eating at me.
Yeah, at least y'all's old ladies are concerned about what's going on when y'all making noise. Mine just comes up saying, "Shut the fuck up. We're trying to sleep."
Oh gosh.
That's love right there, buddy.
Yeah.
That's right. Just maybe make her feel more welcome next time she comes in the basement when you're doing that. And she starts yelling at you. Just ask her why is she out of the kitchen. That'll calm her right down. Remind her where she's
Yeah.
supposed to be.
Yeah, all right.
See, there's a 5-pin open.
I'd have to start hiding every fucking knife and I'd have to start hiding everything.
Yeah, I made the mistake of teaching my wife how to use the guns, and yeah, if I ever disappear, it was my wife.
I'd even have to hide the fucking spoons.
That gold P, that counter milling and then the over milling. The counter milling is so effective, but then you got the over milling sitting in there that catches it.
Yes. Yes, that has been my experience. I just almost had a second open with 5 pins, and I feel like I just overset. We'll see.
Don't do that.
What are you working on, Johnny? You still working on an Elroy's?
No, this is a 6K.
Oh, big
With
guns.
barrels. Yeah, I'm progressive pinning it. So
Is that with barrels? Is that red?
No, it's black. It's a
Oh,
single
okay,
black.
my
And then
bad.
you got the
My bad.
gens is the black 2.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the black 2 right there. And then the barrels is black 1. I've got some 700s. I got 3 different 700s, but I got this one gutted. I'm getting ready to grub it. I'm gonna do that this evening.
What have you been opening for your reds, if you don't mind me asking?
I haven't been. I thought I was working on an M4, and which normally red, but I got to stick the flag in. I'm like, where the hell are the pins? The side pins. So I gutted it, and I looked, and I was like, what the hell is this? Ended up coming out of a sales thing. A demo kit, and so it wasn't red.
I gotcha.
So I don't
might
have
as well
any
just
reds.
skip ahead at that point.
But I've got 700s. So I'm going to do 700, the twin with barrels, the twin with gens, and then I've got a V18, a Z. I got an Alpha FB, which I don't know if I want to mess with that or not, but it's black 1, and then something else coming. Actually,
I've got most of those on my
Galaxy.
On my to buy list right now.
Oh yeah.
I figured I'm just gonna work on getting through Brown before I worry about getting anything else yet.
Yeah, I think actually, you know what? I got this. Check this thing out. I don't have a key. This was part of Diggs' Horde auction, a Kaba, and I finally figured out what exactly. Well, Sepcluse says he's 99.9% positive he knows what it is. A dang Penta, Kaba Penta, which has got 5 different directions on pins.
Oh
I don't have
man,
a key for it.
that sounds. Whew. I feel like just recently I saw someone had a cam that they were using to show what some of those keyways looked like, and one of them must have been that.
Well, that was part. There were 3 locks with 2 keys. I'm like, holy crap! And I didn't get the key. Had a cam, a padlock, a cam lock, and then that Euro.
Yeah, I thought that was a really neat look, but I couldn't even imagine picking something like that. That would
5
be
different directions. I don't even know how to begin.
I mean, I got one direction here I'm struggling with.
So yeah, I don't have any red. Well, I've got one red that I think is coming today. I just can't remember what it was. Got 4 more blacks and a red coming today. So yeah, I figured out, you know what, I'll just work on these, learn these, and hit black, go through black, skip the red.
Yeah, I think Brian Breakshit's doing the same thing. Me and him have been pretty we've used a lot of the same locks as we've belted up and kind of been on the same path, but he shot ahead at Brown. I mean, he's working on black belt 2s and black belt 1s, just gonna skip red, kind of like you're planning. And I'm still here stuck on the gold P, and he's got his open in I think like 10 seconds or something, which is great for him. I'm not not
Right,
saying
right.
that from a jealous or envious standpoint, but we just were progressing together for a few belts where it was like a couple days apart. We were getting our opens and getting them on camera, and it's been neat to see him just jump ahead like that. Very
Well,
impressive.
yeah, and I'll tell you, I got my purple. One reason I got my brown quick after purple, I got my purple. I think I was purple for a month, 3 weeks, something like that, 2, 3 weeks. But to get my purple, I had a gold D9 picked. So that qualified as my second purple. I did a quick set, the Smart Key Gen 3, and then that gold D9 got me my purple. And then I picked, I needed one more brown, but I ended up picking two, the Medico, 6-pin Medico biaxial, and the Gold P.
Oh, I gotcha. Damn, yeah, I've got my gold D9 right here. I've gotten a few very small false sets, but I'm still trying to understand how to work the lock and what I'm feeling in there. But
Right.
I've been really focusing on just the gold P for now, so I haven't picked that back up since it came in.
Right. The D9 for me, and I can't remember whose video I saw doing it, but they were tensioning, with a 2 millimeter Moki pry bar, and hanging straight down, and they were tensioning with their ring finger at the bottom, whether on purpose or not, I don't know. It was like, the ring finger is the weakest finger you have, and so I tensioned mine with my ring finger, and it was ultra light, and I was picking it fairly quick. My one submission video, it was a phone, the focus was locked and didn't come out right, and I was like, crap, I got to record this, and I picked it in like 3 minutes. And then so my second video I recorded, and it took me like 9 to get it open. I was like, great, I'm not gonna be able to pick it again on video. But yeah, light
It is
tension
funny
for
how that
me worked
happens.
well. And
Good to know.
yeah, so I just used my ring finger and just enough to actually, it'll, because that core turns so smooth, and it'll turn as soon as it's picked, it'll rotate. Yeah, you don't have to force it to rotate, not like a 1100 or something.
Gotcha. Yeah, I honestly, I ended up taking like almost a 2 week break when I was trying to get my first 1100, and I am 90% sure I probably had it open a ton of times before I realized
Right.
just how heavy that spring tension is. And you read about it, you see it in videos, it's heavily talked about, but I just
Mm-hmm.
didn't believe it was that heavy. And so once I got that first reel open, I realized, wow, it was a lot easier than I thought on that particular one. And I probably had it open the first couple days of working on it.
Right.
And I just did not realize.
Yeah, it's weird how every lock has its own requirements.
Yes, I tend to be heavy handed and I'm trying to work on that, use lighter tension. Um,
Me too, and that's why I actually use my ring finger, because I have a tendency, the further along I go, I'll start pushing and pushing and pushing, and don't realize I'm bending my pry bar.
yes.
Yeah, so I just
Well,
have to
and
concentrate on real light tension.
that was a really bad habit that my 98 Pro taught me is because I can bully pick that. I can go heavy tension and
Right.
pick it. And when I'm comfortable with it, I mean, I can get it in a few seconds. I couldn't get it open today on camera earlier, but when I'm picking it consistently, it's a quick open, heavy tension, real loud, audible clicks. I can even
Right.
feel them through the body of the lock with my tensioning hand. And it formed a bad habit as I started to work on other locks. What I would really like is to get some serrated pins for my MTLs and use that for one of my browns. 'Cause I love picking dimples. That was such a fun I've been calling it a little side quest from my pin tumblers because that's what I used for my assassin challenge.
Oh yeah.
Were a Degard and 2 MTL. And I'd love just to get some serrated pins and get one of those for my brown.
Yeah, that
They're hard to get a hold of.
that D9 was the first dimple I'd ever tried, ever put a pick in, and I picked it open. I was like, holy crap, there's no way this is brown. You know?
That's so I had the progressive dimples, so I had the two canards for green and blue, and then the D guard for purple. I was kind of taken back. I opened the green and blue in about 3 or 4 minutes each, and then I got hung up on the D guard because it has some torpedo pins, which I hadn't experienced before.
Yeah.
And I kind of took a break from dimples until my MTLs came, and the MTLs I just that was a couple days work, but then they started to pop open really easy, and as I got a feel for pin and pin, I went back to that D guard and it started to open for me.
Oh yeah.
That was why
The
that definitely the reason I started with my D guard on the assassin challenge was I needed to make sure that that was a quick open. Um, and I was
absolutely.
blown away. I think I still had two. I had 2.5 minutes to spare
Yeah.
on the time for that. And we got
The
speaking of lockjaw challenges, anyone left in chat, the 30th of this month he'll be releasing the first challenge of season 2, titled Vampire Hunter. Don't know
yeah, I
what it
saw that.
entails yet, clearly, but and
Hey
hopefully I'll
guys,
have his
sorry to
Snapdragon
interrupt.
case out as well.
I've got some
Oh, you're
family
good.
stuff going on my end, so I'm just going to mute myself so you guys can keep going. But if anybody joins, I won't be able to get them in. But I don't want to cut this short. So y'all have fun, hang out. But I've got to go deal with some stuff. So
You're good. You're good. I've
All right,
peace
probably
out.
got a
cool,
little
man.
bit of time left before I get back to family stuff myself.
Oh, that does come out pretty easy. Gotcha. Yeah, this I've got two other dimples. Well, let's see, one, two. I got three other dimples other than that D9. I've got a West 916, this Yushin Showa, and something else. Where'd it go? Anyway, something else.
Yeah, I've
But
got
yeah, I couldn't figure out how
a
to get this
West.
sleeve off. But side picks learned me a lesson the other day. I'm like, oh shit, it goes that way, not this way. What were
I've
you
got
about
a
to say?
couple of those too. I haven't even thought about starting on them. I do have another brown. I believe the brown West is the 917. Maybe it's the 16 though. I'm not certain, but I have not touched it yet. I'm
I
really
think you're correct. I think the 916 is purple and the 17 is brown.
I really try to stick with the lock I'm on, instead of jumping around too much because I feel like I just get mixed up on
Right,
what's working if I'm jumping between too many new locks.
right. Well, me too. Um, yeah, but I got them. I put a pick in the 916 or the Yushin Showa the other day. I was like, I really need to start picking a variety of things, to get the, more experience instead of,
Oh, of
picking
course.
specific locks for belts and moving on that way, because the progression, the learning curve is so exponentially steeper getting into high belt or your higher belt stuff, higher belted locks that, I'm just trying to obtain more experience. But like
Agreed.
this bylock right here. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to try to pick that right now. That's just ridiculous.
Oh, I can. I mean, there's still a few of us left in chat, but I'll show this off. So I got really. I feel like I got very lucky during this year's LPU raffle, and I actually won 2 pots. I just wanted one of the Australian pots, but I ended up taking both Australian pots. So
Oh
I've
wow!
got this awesome bylock kit from um Ishi Ladson. Ishi Ladson. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But yeah, so I've got um the nice little bylaw, but what's
Yeah.
wonderful is they put together a full on I have a PDF guide, and in the rest of this tackle box I have all the pins for every belt level you can get with a bylock
No
to
way.
repin for. So, and I mean he put it in this, or I'm not sure. They put it in this nice fishing tackle box, and it just,
Nice.
I mean, what a well put together pot prize. I'm stoked on it.
Yeah.
I haven't even touched it yet. I have been considering it, but I'm really committed. I mean, I have this goal at 5 pins. I really just want to get that open before I go to anything else.
Right. Yeah. Me too. I mean, like, I was looking at that bidding. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh,
and
that's
that's
brutal. Yeah, did
yeah,
you
it's
share a picture of that somewhere?
yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I was like, holy
how do
crap.
you work the rest of those pins under that first pin?
Yeah,
That's
you just
just
have to
that's
go around it
rough.
somehow, you know. So I
Yeah,
don't
that's gonna
know how
be
to pick it, so that's why I'm not trying. Not yet, anyway. But yeah, I was like, holy crap, what do you do with that? You know, you can't lift it, and you know that you go down the pin chamber, the shaft wants to kick over into it. So once you lift it, it's time to
yeah.
drop it. You know.
That's gonna be a very careful balance there that you use. It's
Yeah.
one thing I have found somewhat effective for certain locks. I don't know how it'll play out at the bylock, but kind of like you said, some overset attacks have really
Right.
helped me with a couple locks. You kind of have to get everything's got to be lined up for it. But if you can get it down, some of those you can get really consistent opens using that overset method and then releasing
Yeah.
a little bit of tension.
Yeah, because you can drop one, then two, then the second one. They don't all just have to drop at the same time.
Yep.
Uh, which I've done that where now if they have dropped and then caught right at the perfect time, I think I've done that once by accident. But I've got a lot where
Yeah,
I
yeah.
actually
Normally they drop and then I just, they just need a light little push and then they're back into place. I haven't gotten too lucky with catching any drops. That would be pretty neat though.
yeah that happened accidentally one time. I thought, oh no, that was cool. But yeah, there's some that I just really overset, and it's the faintest of tension release, and and you'll hear one drop, and then the second. Well, I say drop, it's dropping down of the and hitting the shear line, and
Yes.
it's pop pop pop. There it goes. But yeah, it's a pretty cool concept. But yeah, I have no idea how I would do that with that lock.
It'll be fun to get
Man.
into though for sure. And
Oh,
then I'm
absolutely.
waiting for the other pot I won was from Down Under Monkey. He um he's offered to send some additional obviously I'll pay for them, but send some additional locks. So should it all work out, I'll have a pretty plentiful supply of Lockwoods coming my direction.
Mm.
Depending on what shipping ends up being. I really like the Lockwoods. That 334 B45. I think that is one of my favorite locks to pick. I just love the heft of it.
That one there.
Yeah, just the heft of the lock, the weight.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's
really
really
crunchy like
sturdy.
the 98 Pros.
Yep.
So I'm a big fan.
That's it. I got. Who did I get this from? I don't remember. I don't know if it was Furf or not, but this Abloy Classic in the 240.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. I've got to make a tip for it. I don't have a tip that's going to fit that half moon.
I got a few that came from Lock Skipper. And I'm gonna have to make some tips as well. I think I have to make two different tips. I've got profile, Sentry, and then just the Abloy Classic.
Oh yeah,
So there's gonna be some fun tooling that I get to learn throughout that process.
definitely. Yeah, me too. Same. Yeah, I've got to just looking at that key. I mean, it's key doesn't look bad at all, really. But
No, that looks workable.
it's definitely doable. I just have to make the tip for it.
I'm ex-
So,
I'm excited to expand out into discs. I had a goal. I really wanted to go for the triple lockpicking challenge because I've kind of been on a challenge kick lately. Just completed season 1 of everything Lockjaw. I got the blue whale, the
oh, nice.
200K, and I was dead set on going straight for the triple lockpicking challenge. But I'm having so much fun trying to get to brown belt that I've held off on really diving into the discs at all, and
Yeah, me
everything's
too.
just sitting looking very pretty, ready to be ready to be worked on, but I just haven't committed to learning that style yet.
Yeah. No.
Oh, are you breaking up just a tad? I think I lost you. Might just be hanging out by myself here. Okay, I will say on this goal, I think part of my issue with getting an open with 6 pins is every time I set the final pin, it drops another pin, and then I'm just chasing pins around, and I always end up oversetting one of them. It's just my little curse on this guy. I've got to overcome, figure out the correct binding order for setting the last couple pins. Try working it from back to front, try working it front to back, and still every time I set one, it just drops another. Thank you, Sarah. And congratulations on green. Holy smokes, you are moving through the belt so fast. It's just incredible. Big congratulations. Because I won't, that orange to green jump that's a huge skill jump. That's the first real skill jump you'll come across in the belt system. And it can be, it can take quite a bit to get over that skill ceiling.
Oh, come on. Can you hear me at all?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm on my phone and I got a phone call, and obviously I was like, oh crap, I forgot to put it on airplane mode.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, okay, what's this way? Yeah, even to practice on, I got this Abus 8840 cutaway.
Oh.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I have the RW. I've got it out actually. I'll show you. Got the little, if I'm not dropping my tensioner, the little RWB baton, or
Okay, I
not.
was
Yeah,
going.
the baton from RWB. There we go. It is hard to
Yeah, I was.
understand.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say it is like I said, I haven't really messed around with the disc yet, but it's definitely gonna be a learning curve for me.
Me too.
Figuring out how to work the discs, and the movements are so subtle. I mean, those discs are so thin, and the
Yep.
movements have to be exact.
Yeah, I was going to order one of those the other day, but I've got a RWB pick, and I actually bought a bullet, brand
Oh,
new
very nice.
from somebody, and they shipped it from or via FedEx, and FedEx lost it.
Oh, I think I saw you post something about that.
Yeah, I was so mad because I really wanted that bullet, and
Oh, that's frustrating.
yeah, but
I do want to. Was
RWB
it
is a
insured?
good pick. I hope so.
Okay.
He refunded my money.
Oh,
And I
good. Okay,
hope,
so you're squared
yeah,
then.
I'm square, yeah, but I hope he gets his money from FedEx.
Yes, 'cause that's not a
You
cheap
know,
lock or a cheap pick at all.
no,
And
it's 600 euros, came out
Sarah,
like $7 something dollars.
yeah, I gotta say, I wish I could. I'll have to do a desk tour, but I'm a tool collector as much as I am a lock collector, as much as I am a lock picker, and I have a little bit of everything from everyone, and I just love collecting the tools. It is so
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, I got the RWB, which is a great pick. So it'll do it. Well, I say everything. I couldn't attest to it, but I'm pretty sure it'll do everything a bullet will do.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's got front and rear tensioning. Those are usually getting that rear tension's the biggest hurdle on some of the other DD picks. So the
Yeah,
fact that it can do that kind of sets you up. It accepts the right size shafts for the different abloys,
yeah,
and yeah, I was. Oh, I wish Crispix. I've been. He shared some info in the regular LPU Discord. He's got a little Google Doc put together with all of the different shaft sizes and for like the ejector pins for making them, and then he has some great
right.
guides out there for actually machining them.
Yeah,
So
I've seen a lot of his videos.
he's definitely going to be my go-to resource when I dive into that section of lock picking.
Yes, sir. Actually, is it in the lock education on Unlocked? What was? I know there's a lot of docs down there, or is it on just the LPU site?
I don't know if he has it there in Unlocked or if he's even in Unlocked. I do know that he shared it to me in the Disc Detainer section of the LPU page.
No, nice. Yeah, he's kind of my go-to reference for disc detainers. Him and Lockchuck.
Yeah, I've got a friend who bought a house that has a safe without a um combination. Like prior owners left it there. So it's just been sitting in this basement for like a year since they bought the house and moved in.
Oh
And
wow.
I'm kind of curious on what it's going to take for him to get that open. It does have a key. So I've thought about, I mean, I don't know if I'm walking a line because we talk about locks and use and all that stuff, but it's explicit permission from the owner. He
Right.
wants me to take a jab at it and see if I can't get it open for him. So that's just another whole facet of lock picking. You start going into safe dials, and oh, it's just
Yep.
incredible the depth of this hobby, this sport, this career for some.
Isn't that true? Yeah, who was that like 7-time world safe cracking champion? I can't remember his name. Like
Oh,
Cedar or Hager or
I would
can't remember
not
his
be
name.
familiar.
But I saw where they did a test on like safe crackers and him specifically to say how good their touch really is or needs to be for that to happen. You know, to be that good. And literally is on the other side of a safe door. His hand was on the dial, and they were literally touching the lock mechanism with different items. And according to them and him, he could feel a feather touch the lock through the dial.
That's just incredible.
That's insane.
Yeah, that is. When you got it, you got it. You know, that's definitely one of those situations.
Yep. All right, I'm getting the hang of these barrels.
Oh, that's
At least
unfortunate to hear.
I feel like I am. Time to add some more pins. Oddly enough, I've got 6K with gens, but for the life of me, I can't get the sidebar. You know, the side pins right. And that's all I've got in this one's just a sidebar. And for the life of me, I can't. I don't know. I'm going to have to take some of those pins out. But they're such a pain to put back in.
Yeah, I got an M3 and I haven't even began to tackle that. Oh, that's my stuff for carrying my fridge stuff.
The M3 is pretty much a passive sidebar, isn't it? Or is it? No, no.
No, I think it is. It's just this little. I got to cut away from green.
Oh yeah.
So it's
Okay.
just a little sidebar in the bottom. I do have though. I see. I don't have the Big Brother yet, but there is the um with the actual sidebar. But this is just the restricted plus, so that there's nothing on that side at all.
I got
But
you.
it's
Okay.
built for it.
Yeah, is this the M3? Yeah, it's the M3. It's a passive. Yeah, it's the Medico M3. Yeah, it doesn't have any cuts for the sidebar. It may have. I just did like so close up. Yeah, there's no cuts. It's got the got that little notch right there to catch. I think it's probably compatible with the M4. The area is what is that? A little slider that moves the gates out of the way of the side pins.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, it's got this on the backs on the right side. It's got that little notch right there. And then
Yeah,
on the
I
sidebar,
don't have a key with it. It's just the cut, which I'm still eternally grateful for. It's a beautiful
right.
lock and beautiful work, but yeah, I do not have a key for that guy.
Yeah, on the right side, it's on the second pin, where the second pin would sits on the bottom right of the keyway. There's just a little catch there that you have to press to release that slider. So the gate, so the sidebar pins can enter the gates and go into the true gate on the key pins.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Who is it? I was watching some videos on the Medicos. The gentleman doesn't produce, he doesn't seem like he's active on YouTube anymore, but he has his videos from the past. The diagrams he's put together, the animations, they are so in depth.
Now, no, it
I'll
was
have to.
Artichoke 2000. He did the asses. And then Lockfall Laboratories did Medicos.
That is it. Yeah. Yep. His videos were really helpful.
Oh, yeah.
On just understanding what is happening inside a Medico. It really is such a unique pick compared to other locks.
It really is. Yeah.
But
did the.
Johnny,
Go ahead.
I would love to stick around, but I've got to take care of some family stuff as well. I don't want to leave you alone in chat though. And
No worries,
TX
brother.
isn't back just yet.
Right. I've got to, I need to run too. I'm actually supposed to be at a friend's house here, actually right now. We're going to zero some rifles. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll be going out hopefully next weekend. Gonna go out with my brother and zero in one of his new ones.
Oh, nice.
And honestly, it's been too long since I've been out, so I need to put some rounds down range just to keep those skills intact.
Right. Same here. So,
Well, sweet
all
then.
right,
It
brother.
sounds like it might be a good point for both of us. To everyone in chat, thank you so much for coming out today and watching the competition. Thank you for the congratulations. It felt good to join you in the winners ranks, Johnny, and I look forward to December. It's going to be a hoot.
Absolutely. I'm going to need to practice up on that. Well, we'll get more locks, so it's not going to worry.
Yeah,
So
I'm wondering what they're going to send us. If they're going to send us a 98 Pro, if they're going to send us a fresh 410, because 410s are so finicky. Oh my gosh, sometimes they are such a finicky lock. But we'll see. Once again, thanks everyone. Thank you for chatting, Johnny. It's been great hanging out, and I'll see you at the next one.
Absolutely, brother. Take care.